Where were they on Saturday?
Where were they? Good question. Good question. Ghanaians typically like to talk, but when it comes to action, you wouldn't find that there, because perhaps the fears that, well, this thing could turn violent. I don't want to be involved because of what we've seen in the past with some of these protests and all of that. Yeah.
So what are they willing to do to change their circumstances?
Well, they were loud on Twitter. At least
that's what they're willing to
do. They were loud on Twitter. They were trending on Twitter. Yeah. So we like to.
Or could it just mean that things are not as hard as we?
Or it also mean, well, we'd protest, but nothing will happen. We'd see no changes, nothing at all.
Well, they called it Kumipreku Reloaded. They named it after a famous protest that yielded results in Ghana. It yielded massive results.
Perhaps they've given up. They've just given up on everybody.
Well, I can't wait to hear people's responses, explanation. Why were you not there? And I'm sure there are good reasons. I'd love to hear them. But I'm just wondering in the back of my head whether the ultimate explanation is that whatever your reason for not being there, clearly things aren't as bad as you may have been letting on.
Well, let's see.
Or how bad do things have to get
before you step up?
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to find out the answer to that question. And you know what will happen? A number of people will pick up the phone and call and say, Kojo, were you there?
Were you there?
Yes.
Good question.
Was I there? Actually, are you sure it's a good question? Is that our job?
Well, you could have been there to cover the protest. You could have been there as a Ghanaian.
My colleagues were there to cover the protest.
You could have been there as a Ghanaian to also register your displeasure. Maybe you're in a good position. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I spent the time ensuring that others can watch it. That's my job. When you have to do your job, you have to do your job. I'm sure those who were on duty in their various jobs couldn't leave to go on protest.
Or maybe others just decided to sit back and watch how this turns out.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll hear everybody's answer later.
But I guess the point has been made. It caught international eyes. Some of the international networks picked it up. So.
Yes. What will come of it? That's the other question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to it. Right now, though, we have gratitude to dole out. First, to Total Petroleum. Total will go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. And Ghana Pay, your money, your way. We thank them for the 6 a.m. news. For the Joy Business Report coming up now, we thank Bank for it together. And Glycolife Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. Now, forget your cash. Enjoy life beyond cash when you use the digital solutions that Bank has. Whether it's a Visa, MasterCard, or GH Link, or perhaps you just want to shop on their Bank app, or maybe you just want CalNet solutions to be deployed to help you and your business meet your regulatory payments to government via the Ghana.gov platform. With that one-stop shop, you can do it at Bank. So whether you're shopping, transferring funds, or traveling, just do it with Bank. You can also earn great discounts of up to 20% from their range of partners when you pay using Bank's channels. You want to know more? Call 0800 500 500 toll free to chat with them online on their social media platforms and on WhatsApp. You can also contact them via email. It's customer care at calbank.net. Go visit calbank.net to learn more about their discount partners. Forget a cash. Simply go digital with Calbank. Now, travel can come with some uncertainties with dire consequences. But Glycolife Travel Insurance has got you covered. They've got an international network, so you get solid medical and emergency assistance, including COVID-19 cover. You get personal 24-hour assistance services, including replacement for loss of baggage, passport, driving license, national ID, and any other consular documents. You get cover for personal accident, personal liability, compensation for trip cancellation or curtailment, and losses and delays that last over 4 hours. Contact Glycolife on 0302 218 500 or 020 222 2113. That's also a WhatsApp number. For a travel insurance policy that best suits your needs for an enjoyable travel and absolute peace of mind, it's Glyco. They cushion you for life.
Hey, welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, potential debt restructuring by Ghana likely to take the next 6 to 9 months. We hear from Red Intelligence. Also, 2023 budget to focus heavily on strict fiscal consolidation as current IMF negotiation is set to influence majority of programs expected to be announced. Also, Office of Registrar of Companies hints of delisting some more companies for failing to file their annual returns before the end of the year. Stay with us for details. My name is Acquah. Thanks for being with us this morning. A potential debt restructuring by Ghana is likely to take the next 6 to 9 months. That's according to Singapore-based finance and market research firm Red Intelligence. This may, however, take place after an economic program has been secured by the country from the International Monetary Fund. There is more in this report.
The report projected that Ghana may run out of liquidity by the second half of next year without the assistance of the International Monetary Fund. Also, because the nation has lost market access, it explained that the Finance Ministry is expected to engage with external bondholders in the next few weeks on the country's debt restructuring. However, there are likely to be two committees taking shape in Ghana's Eurobonds. Red Intelligence also pointed out that at least 4 different advisory firms are working with the government on economic policy and debt management in the context of the sovereign talks with the IMF. However, it says the firms are working with the government on an informal basis as the mandates have not yet been formalized.
That was a business desk report. Now, as the International Monetary Fund team prepares to meet the government of Ghana next week as part of the ongoing negotiations, senior finance lecturer at the University of Cape Coast Business School, Acquah, is advising the finance minister to show a new direction for government's agri policies. Now, according to him, a viable and workable agri policy is the only solution to reducing Ghana's high imports. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Acquah stressed that there is the need to show that Ghana can produce basic staple in the country to reduce the imports.
There is the need for us to see how best we can ensure that we produce what we eat in our country. The agri policy of the country is very important. And so going to the IMF, because most of the things that we import are food items. And so the staples that we produce in Ghana, we need to make sure that we work hard on these staples that we have.
That was senior finance lecturer at the University of Cape Coast Business School, Acquah. The 2023 budget that will be presented to Parliament later this month will be heavy on fiscal consolidation and value for money projects. This is what Joy Business has picked up from persons working on the document. George Afe has more on next year's budget that will be heavily influenced by the International Monetary Fund.
We understand that next year's budget will come up with policies that seeks to check the rising expenditure with further cuts in government spending. It will also outline measures that would help to drastically improve revenue to make up for some of the very important spending that cannot be cut. Another area that will get some serious attention is the country's debt stock, which has reached more than 400 billion Ghana cedis ending July this year. Government will again come up with programs that would help deal with the fiscal deficit as well as debt accumulation. Minister of State at the Finance Ministry Charles Owusu-Aboagye at a recent engagement in Washington, D.C. on the sidelines of the IMF World Bank annual meeting also added that there will be value for money in the 2023 budget. Based on what we have picked up, it is still not out of place to describe the 2023 budget as an austere one, but maybe it is still early days yet in terms of the final outcome of the 2023 budget. This because the current negotiations with the IMF would influence the final text of next year's budget. But there are still some questions on the minds of Ghanaians. That is, when will this budget be presented? When will the current negotiations with the IMF be concluded? Will it be before the end of this year? And will it be a staff agreement or a program agreement?
George, you are filled with that report. Great time to tell you about the pre-budget forum Joy Business is organizing today. It's happening tonight. Dubbed Ghana's Alien Economy 2023 Budget to the Rescue. We are expecting Professor Peter Quarty to be part of the guests. He's Director of ISA, Dr. Priscilla Chumesi-Balfour, Senior Lecturer, Economics Department of University of Ghana, Dr. Humphrey Eyim Dake, President of AGI Kuku Adam, CEO of Clay Group, Dr. Joseph Obeng, President of Guta. That is happening tonight from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. It will be live on Joy FM and also on the Joy News channel, moderated by Winston Amoah and Benjamin Akapo. Now, the Office of the Registrar of Companies has hinted of delisting some more companies for failing to comply with the directive issued by the department to file their annual returns before the end of the year. According to the Registrar of Companies, Jemima Wari, this is part of streamlining the activities of her outfit. Speaking to Joy Business at a forum, she urged companies to file their annual returns before the end of November.
The plans are always there, but before the end of this year, we started taking companies off the register who had not updated their records since 2011. We had about 100,000 of such companies. We have only delisted about 2,000 of them, and so before the end of the year, we're going to delist another 2,000 of such companies. We've given them enough notice, in fact, more than a year, and they've still not complied by coming to file their returns. So
you had Jemima Wari, who is Registrar of Companies. Stakeholders within the credit management industry have been asked to invest more in human capital on cybersecurity issues to cushion the sector from attacks. Now, according to the Executive Secretary of the Chartered Institute of Credit Management, Ghana, Amoah, robust policies are key for the sustainability of the sector. Speaking to Joy Business at the Chartered Institute of Credit Management Excellence Awards and Presidential Ball, he entreated players to leverage technology to expand the operations.
Cybersecurity is so critical. As at now, if you are a player within the financial services industry or sector, because we do most of our transactions now online, so we are subject to so many attacks, which is a risk. So the onus lies on the institutions to put in place a robust and solid or strong cybersecurity policies. Not only that, but also training their staff on some of these things so that once they see any issues, they can report so that the bank or the institution can mitigate some of this risk. Because if we don't take care, majority of them will lose business because we are dealing with criminals.
Amoah is Executive Secretary of the Chartered Institute of Credit Management, Ghana. Now, as part of moves to integrate trading of stocks and improve liquidity on the African continent, a trading portal is being introduced for both the Ghana Stock Exchange and Nairobi Securities Exchange. The second stocks trading platform is expected to be in Nigeria and other markets by next year. At a short ceremony to launch the portal in Acquah and Nairobi, Deputy Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Amoah, expressed confidence that this will boost trading among African countries. Here's more in this report.
Ghana and Kenya will be the first stock exchanges to experience the new technology, which seeks to open up the capital market for investors. The portal, known as Second Stocks, will be used to buy and sell stocks with ease from any of the two participating markets. According to Deputy Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Amoah, this is the way to go in boosting trading in the capital market of Africa.
Investors have options in terms of the number of companies they can invest in, the number of products they can invest in. And companies that are raising capital also have options because they can now access a much bigger market, the African capital market.
Chief Operations Officer at the Second Stocks, Duke Latte, explains to Joy Business that this technology will be a step in ensuring the trading becomes easier on various stock markets in Africa.
It allows them to trade across the continent, so across all the countries, the exchanges in Africa. We have started with Kenyan market and the Ghanaian market. The Nigerian market is soon to follow. We're also speaking with the BR group, and really the dream is to cover the entire continent.
We'll stay with the stock market and expect some more activities on the stock exchange this week. Here's Evelyn Lavey of Databank Research with your look ahead.
Last week, New Gold ETF was the sole mover on the Ghana Stock Exchange. However, the market indices closed flat. The Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index remained at a year-to-date return of negative 11.8%, while the Databank Stock Index stood at negative 13.4% year-to-date return. Looking ahead into this week, We expect Trust Bank Gambia to make some gains due to high demand for the stock, while SIC Insurance declines due to excess supply on the counter. For Joy Business Reports, Evelyn Lavi of Data Bank Research.
Thanks, Evelyn. Let's squeeze in this one. The Securities and Exchange Commission is assuring all market operators, investors, and the public that it is committed to ensuring rigorous enforcement of all the rules for operators in the capital market. This, it believes, will promote the growth and development of an efficient, fair, and transparent securities market in which investors and the integrity of the market are protected. Meanwhile, some leading investment companies are feeling the pinch of the economic challenges in the country. One of the leading investment banks, name withheld, issued a notice to its clients informing them it will take longer rather than normal for a customer to receive funds when he or she places a withdrawal request. And before we go, let's just check the markets for you. On the currency market this morning, Cedi gained marginally to the dollar, is beginning this morning at 13 cedis 95 pesos. The euro going for 13 cedis 20 pesos, and the pound selling at 15 cedis 20 pesos. On the commodity market, crude oil selling this morning at $97 a barrel. Gold lost more than $9 to open trading at $1,672 an ounce. Cocoa gained $58 is trading this morning at $2,430 a ton. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao, and don't forget to be a part of the pre-budget forum taking place tonight. Ghana's Alien Economy 2023 budget to the rescue. That's live on Joy FM and also on the Joy News channel from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make a date, and it's back to you.
Jingles, you're a rapper, aren't you?
Rapper?
Oh, am I mistaken?
Rapper?
I understand that you've got.
You don't want to go there.
Serious street cred,
You don't want to go there
for your rhymes. No,
I suck at it.
Oh, okay. Well, the person who performed our inspirational song does not suck at it. In fact, there are some who argue that when you make a top 10 list of the best rappers in the world alive today, he should be added.
Oh.
There are some who argue.
I think I know who.
Who am I talking about?
Are you talking about Acquah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Many times I've heard people say that he should be added to the world top 10 best rappers. Would you add him to?
Well, I'm not a fan of rap, so I don't really follow rap music. But
as for this song, you will like it.
Okay.
Yes. This is our inspirational song. Brought to us, of course, by Duraplast, where Duraplast goes, water flows, and Republic Bank, where the one for you. Someone has just texted me. I know what the person is saying, so I'll read it right now. Later. Here it is, Hope.